Hey everyone, this is Chris Marty from Marty Party Travel, and we covered Kalahari on this channel earlier. It was one of the first few videos that we posted before we really jumped into making the channel as active as it's going to be now. And so we wanted to circle back to where we started. We had a lot of great success with our Kalahari video, showing the 2023 update, the outside expansion that they did for the Round Rock location. And of course, now we're coming back in 2024 to show you some of the things that have changed and what you can expect when you take your family there to this amazing attraction, again, located here just north of Austin. So in this video, we're going to take you through everything that you need to know, what's changed since our last videos. And of course, if you want kind of a resort overview, make sure you check out those other videos. They're great and they're full of content. So this is the Marty Party Travel Kalahari Round Rock 2024 update. So as you know, if you may have checked our other videos, we love going to Kalahari. We live just south of it here in New Braunfels, so we're not far off. We've covered some great things from that outdoor expansion, of course, to some of the changes they made last year. So we're gonna jump right in and talk about the things that I just noticed. I just went for Labor Day weekend, so it was a really cool opportunity to go kind of at the end of summer, and it wasn't super busy. That's a pro tip number one. If you're going to travel over Labor Day weekend, sample size 1 for me, but it was actually not too bad. There weren't many lines, especially on the Monday. We stayed Sunday night into Monday, so we're gonna jump in and talk about some of the changes and things that we noticed, but just know that crowd levels are low on Labor Day. One of the first changes that you'll notice starts right away when you pull up to the resort, which is the check-in process. They have gotten rid of that crazy long line that existed. In our other video, you saw the big line kind of going through the front desk, and they've replaced people with kiosks. There's really only 1 or 2 hotel workers that are behind a desk now at the front lobby. Everything is done on these amazing check-in machines. It scans your driver's license, it finds your reservation, asks you to pay for a credit card, gives you any type of upgrade options that you want at that time. And then once you pay your deposits, which is about $100 a night on a hold, it will actually print out your wristbands. They're already activated and they're ready to go. And then it spits out a little receipt showing you what room you've been assigned to if your room is ready. We did not get a room assigned, but I went to the concierge who was right next door to pick up my package, because packages do not automatically print out if you are doing stay and play, right? Or you're getting some tomfoolery credits or things like that. I did the $100 dining and $100 arcade credit per night that they're running right now. So I had to actually go to the concierge to pick that up next to the check-in kiosks. And it was cool because they were actually able to find a room and assign me at that time. I didn't ask, they just did it. So a little pro tip there is check the concierge because they may be able to move you up in the line. The next big thing, when we headed outside, not a huge change. The outside is pretty much still the same since its grand opening season last year in summer of 2023. Not much has really changed with that big outdoor expansion, but they did move the food truck. The food truck, the little kind of donut, hot dog truck thing that they had that was over behind the swim-up bar pool, heading out towards that barn and that play area that they had out there, has been moved to a more central location, kind of in the dead center hub of the outdoor area, in between the lazy river, the new Kid Lagoon, and of course the existing 2 pools that were there when the resort opened, the swim-up bar, and then the existing little resort slides that were there. So that's pretty cool. They also finished the restroom since our last video. Those finished probably end of last season, beginning of this season. So those were not done in July of last year, but they are done now. So really cool there. And of course you can head to the water park still from out there. Pro tip as well, you don't have to go back to the resort, walk through the outside and you'll head to the inside resort. So when we go onto the inside water park, again, a little bit of changes, right? Nothing crazy. One of the biggest changes that you'll notice right away is the smoothie stand that was right when you came into the water park, located along the Lazy River Bend, has actually moved, and it now has a huge dedicated location along the outside of the Zulu Grill. So they changed one of the walls to a big smoothie mural, and when you walk up, it's a permanent fixture now. They've got running water, which is my leading theory on why they probably moved this. There was no running water in their old location, and now they're able to hook up to the main hookups of the Zulu Grill. So they're serving pretzels, hot pretzels that are being served out at that kiosk now all the time. And then they also have some different ice cream options and different snack options that were there. They had cupcakes. They had cupcakes and some icing kind of treats that were in a case. They were kind of melted by the end of the day because the water park is so hot, it's heated year round. Some of the icing started to melt, but they look pretty good in general. So a really cool opportunity to get your smoothie still, get those bottled sodas. Those are in that cooler there behind it. And of course, all the other snacks and goodies that they were serving at the smoothie stand at its new, bigger, permanent location here in the water park. To the right of the smoothie stand, still along the Zulu Grill wall, they have a brand new soft serve ice cream outdoor kind of kiosk. Again, still in the dead center of the water park, but it is a soft serve stand. That's all they serve. I have the pricing here on the video showing you again what that costs, but it's right outside the Zulu Grill. Soft serve ice cream. Line wasn't too long. I only saw 3 or 4 people. And again, they didn't take away the Dippin' Dots that are inside. That didn't go away. This is again a new thing that they have on the outside, which is again that soft serve ice cream. Heading inside of the Zulu Grill, more changes, kiosks, name of the game. Less people, more robots. And so that's what they did here in the inside of the Zulu Grill. I only saw one line that actually still had a person. The rest of them were kiosks where you could place your order completely automatically. You clicked everything on the screen that you wanted, made your customizations if you wanted to make any changes, and then you picked up a pager right next to the kiosks, typed in your number, paid right there, or room charged on your wristband, and you were good to go. The pagers still work anywhere in the water park, so even if you're not there, actually sitting there waiting for your food to be called, you can actually go back to your table, relax, of course, continue to drink or whatever you're wanting to do, and then the food will ring, the pager will ring, and you'll be able to go back into the Zulu Grill. Another small change in there is they have now brought in iced tea products. I'm a big iced tea drinker. That did not exist when Kalahari first opened. It's not actual fresh brewed tea, so they don't have like the big brewers there that you see at restaurants and things like that, but they have, if you've gone to Disney World or anything like that, they've got that little kind of metal tin dispenser thing where it's got some lemonade options and then some iced tea options as well. So that's a new addition that's been added to the inside of the water park. Other than that, not much has really changed. They do have the cabanas that are on the upper level. I didn't walk up there to video those, but those were added to the late of last year where they added that whole rooftop of the Zulu Grill cabana. So those are still there, a newer addition, but again, I didn't walk up there myself. And then of course they added some cabanas, like I mentioned, along the lazy river where the smoothie cart used to be. They added 2 more cabanas right there to kind of fill that void versus bringing tables and chairs back in. So now there's a ton of cabanas in the water park, and I'm sure that was just due to demand on popular weekends and especially during the summer and busy holidays where those cabanas were filling up. So they have lots of options now, both inside and out. Last little change in the water park as well, new towels. They have some brand new towels that they've come through. The old ones were very, very small. It was hard to wrap them around any size human that was over 5-6 years old. And so they do have some new longer towels. They're really nice. They've got the Kalahari logo on them, giant elephant on them, really nice design, but they are very much enforcing that $30 policy. So if you're unfamiliar what that is, when you scan and you check out your towels now and you check out how many you are, whoever the reservation holder is on your wristband will immediately receive a text message letting them know how many towels have been checked out. And it's very clear on there that if you do not return them, you will be charged $30 per towel. I'm sure that they're extra enforcing this because before they were just like plain blue and white towels. Who wanted those? Now with the Kalahari logo, I bet that there is a much higher likeliness of people wanting to take those. And so you get that text message and then you get it when you return them. When you drop them back off, you'll get a text saying how many have been returned and if you're completely squared up and nothing else is owed. So that's it for water park changes that we noticed. And again, feel free to comment below if there's anything else that we missed or you wanted to add or questions that you have about the water park changes in 2024. So now we're gonna head right outside to Tomfooleries. As you guys know, the arcade is ever evolving and there are a bunch of different games, right? Games are always changing. Every couple months, they'll take some machines out, move some machines, add some new ones. So that's always kind of changing. Just expect that your favorite game might not be there the next time you go. And of course, they're changing up just the stuffed animals, the claw machines, and things like that. So we're gonna start with big changes in Tomfooleries outside of the machine. So one of the things that they did here, covered kind of in our last video as they were bringing it in, they replaced that old spinny arm ride with GeForce One. GeForce One is one of those round kind of spinning pendulum rides that actually does full inversion. So it's a 360 inversion pendulum ride that spins while you're inverting. And it does about 5 to 6 complete inversions once it gets going. You know, it kind of starts with the rocking back and forth like a pendulum, and eventually it makes the full 360-degree loops. Again, that was kind of coming in at the end of last year, 2023, but it's fully up and running and was still in good working order when we went. So we thought we'd mention it, and we got a good video of GeForce One for you to check out. Also mentioned in our last video, the party room is fully up and running as well, right next to GeForce Room. So if you're looking to host a party outside of the water park and specifically in Tomfooleries, they do have those party rooms for rent as well. One of the biggest and most obvious additions to the arcade is they now have a human claw machine. This is all the rage on TikTok and Instagram. Of course, Kalahari had to get on board with this. And so you get your little human in there, they put them in this little red harness thing and they hoist them up. You actually, as the parent, drive, you control the attraction here, and you'll send your child in there to go fish for their favorite animal, stuffed animal that they have in there. They had a lot of blow up toys, blow up swords, blow up aliens, blow up dolphins, balls. So they can go and fish for their favorite thing. And then eventually when it runs out of time, just like a normal claw machine, it will lower the child into reach. They can grab as many things as they can hold on to, and whatever they make it back with, the attendant lets them pick one item of what they're holding to get. Apparently, if your child does not get a prize, because this almost happened to us, they don't pick something up. They apparently get like a very small like side constellation prize. They don't just get to get something from in there. So it is very critical that you tell your child to not mess around when they go in there, because this machine is quite pricey and the line is pretty long. So you need to know exactly what they're gonna get, and you need to tell them to prioritize the item that they want. Before, when we got there earlier in the weekend, it was only 80 credits. When we got there at the beginning of the weekend, it was 80 credits, arcade credits, or I think that's like 20 bucks is what it was to use the claw machine. It actually increased while we were there to its new price, which it currently is, which is 100 credits per person. So again, that's $25, guys, per person to go. You can do it as an add-on. They sell it at the little front desk there, the arcade desk, if you want to add on specifically tickets for that, or you can just get a normal $1,000 credit card, 500 credit card, whatever it is, and just know that each one of those taps is going to be 100 credits. And again, they only get one item. So really cool. It's really eye-catching. It's next to that big grippy bar thing that they added that we mentioned in our last video, and it's a huge hit. So make sure you get there early or get there late when people have gone to bed, because the line is going to be pretty long. And that was really it for changes that we noticed in Tomfooleries. Again, they have those newer escape rooms. We talked about that, the little mini escape rooms that was on our last video. That's upstairs when you're heading out. But in general, not much has changed, and most of the opening day attractions are still there. All right, guys, so final big changes that we personally noticed as you're heading out of Tomfooleries back to the main lobby of the resort is some of the retail road changes. So they changed a couple of the different shops around and a couple of different things. As you guys know, Build-A-Bear, we covered that in our last video, that opened, right? And they kind of shortened the Kalahari camp store with arts and craft. They got smaller to make room for Build-A-Bear. But right past that, they used to have the sandwich shop. It was like the custom craft sandwich shops. I never ate there. It was never open. It had weird hours. And that has been replaced with the brand new hotspot, Max. And Max is just exactly what you think it is. High-end mac and cheese with all sorts of different toppings and amazing, oozy, cheesy goodness. You can't miss it. It's a really cool attraction on the outside. They got the spinning wall of black and yellow balls that people run by all day and kind of twist them and run by them and kind of tag them. So it's pretty cool. But Max is they really did a good job with the space. They completely remodeled the space from the sandwich shop. There's a ton of seating in there. And they also have some outdoor seating as well in the main hallway. Again, going from the retail section to the water park and Tomfooleries. So it's nice the way that they did it, but you can go there. They're open from lunch and dinner. And of course, here's a menu with some of the prices that we have here showing you exactly what you could get at Max. So that's one of the big changes. The other big change that we really noticed is to the Last Bite. The Last Bite is Kalahari's personal brand kind of ice cream shop, and it's changed over the years as we've been coming. They've continued to add to it and make it bigger. And so one of the biggest additions is that they now have this dedicated candy section. So they're selling these giant pieces of candy, these giant gummy bears, these giant 5-pound lollipops, and all this like ridiculous candy that is now kind of there at the front of the line. So it's on the left side. They still have the weird dog treat thing, which I don't know why that is there, but they have the dog treat thing still. And then as you kind of progress through the line, they're focused on some of the treats they're selling. They've got the cotton candy, they've got the Bluebell ice cream, right, a Texas favorite. And then they've got their cases that have all of the amazing Kalahari hand-baked goods there. They've got their chocolatier still, again, filling up that case. And they actually also have pies. They have a full set of pies now, so really cool stuff. And they've really made that space really, really popular. But the lines after dinner, guys, they get long. So make sure that you go early, because again, later on in the night, we had to wait for about 15-20 minutes to get through the line, because again, there's only a couple people behind the counter able to access the ice cream. And then once they're done scooping, those same people are the people that have to check you out for your entire order. So anything you got from the case, any of the pies that you got, any of the candy from the candy shop. So that line does not move very fast. As far as seating goes, there's not much there. The central area of the Last Bite, there's a couple tables and chairs that you can sit in. And then there's one random table across the street outside of the gift shop. But other than that, there's not a lot of seating area there. You'd have to head back towards Max, but really, I think this is something that people are taking downstairs into the lobby bar and maybe sitting out there or going outside, right? Especially if the weather's nice, going outside or up to your room, of course. So that's it, guys. That's the big 2024 Kalahari Round Rock update. That's everything that we've seen. Didn't look like there was really anything that was under construction or big changes that were coming past that. So most of the changes that we expect to see for this year, we have covered in this video. As always, for a more comprehensive review of the resort, please check out our video from last year, the Kalahari 2023 update, the first video. It really covers a full walkthrough of what you could expect at the resort, and then now you can kind of come back to this video and see some of the changes that have changed from that video to this video in the span of over just a year. So we expect a lot more to go and change at Kalahari in Round Rock. And as always, if you have questions about the resort, booking information, or wanting to get the best deal, feel free to leave a comment below. And as always, like and subscribe because it allows us to keep doing this and bringing you amazing breaking info from all around the world. My name is Chris Marty. This is Marty Party Travel, and we'll catch you next time.